So this could be for those of you who want to learn that first flip. This could be the one for you. This looks weird. Hello friends, countrymen. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Get Out on the Water. Let's do some fun things out on the lake. I just made that up. Today I am going to let you know that I learned a new trick. Now you're not going to be impressed with this trick, but for me, that's not what it's about. It was a fun and impressive trick to myself. So it's definitely not something that is flashy, and you'll be like, really? I think I've seen him do those. I've done a few, but barely ever. And that is a switch Heelside Backroll. Yep, that's it. But I really hadn't done many over the years. And anytime that I would go do it, I definitely would want to go back to regular, so like a half cab roll. And back in the day, I'd do some big ones. But kickers, I'll do them off the wake. Switch, straight up Heelside Backroll just wasn't in my bag. And well, I'm gonna give you guys some tips when we get out there to say, hey, here is how I did it. And I'm gonna show you those tips. And hopefully you guys can put those into practice if you're working on just a normal Heelside Backroll or a switch Heelside Backroll. So this could be for those of you who want to learn that first flip. This could be the one for you. Maybe this isn't the one. I've got another one that I'm gonna do on a one wake toe side backroll. It's a great flip to get people started on for their first flip, and I will show you guys that in another video. But this is also gonna be the first flip for a lot of people, the Heelside Backroll. But for me, it's doing it switch, and I'm pumped when I make it. Switch Heelside Backroll! Yeah, pretty late in the career for this, but hold on, let me preface that with, I've already done some before, but it's been many years. And when I would do them, pretty scared, especially when I try it wake to wake. So just the other day I thought, I'm gonna do an inside out off the startup while the boat is going really slow. What's the inside out off the startup? It's this, okay? So that's how I first started to get kind of just the guts to go for it. And that's how I am encouraging you guys to do it. And when I would do it, it would normally send me into a half cab roll. So I've really got to make sure that I'm staying connected up on my lead hip, keeping the right side of my core connected. But here's what you do. Have the boat driver start out a little bit slower than normal, so not smashing the throttle coming up out of the hole. And if you're doing it right foot forward, have the boat driver put a little bit of a right turn on the start. That's going to kind of peak up the wake for you a little bit better and give you a little more height and kind of a crisp top. It's also going to put you to the inside of line tension, so the rope is not pulling as hard. This is also going to give you a softer place to land. So if you fall, like I did the first time I tried it, you'll still be okay. It's not a big deal for a fall. You can really, you really want to use the load release technique off of this. And if you haven't watched the video that I put up on that, it's called the load release, how to get more pop off of a small wake. That video is right here. Make sure you watch that because this will make a lot more sense. So you're gonna do the load release off the top of the wake. And something that somebody told me while I was teaching them the back roll not long ago, as I was showing them the motion, they said kind of like a golf swing. And I went, it is kind of like that. Other than the fact you don't look during a golf swing, you don't look up, keep your head down, right? Well, on a back roll, you actually want to look up and away from the boat. So essentially look up behind the top of your right ear. So if you're right foot forward, I want to look up on top behind my right ear. So I'm essentially looking up here. So that is where the landing is going to be coming from. So when I take off, I'm looking up and away. All right, so up and away. So it's loading that edge into the wake, shifting your weight over that back foot, bringing your head looking up and away, and keeping the handle pretty still in the middle of your core. You can go with one hand, you can go with two hands. Most importantly, keep the handle still. After you've done this a few times off the inside out startup roller, then you can start doing it one wake. So have the boat speed up to probably about 17 to 18, anywhere that you can get a clean wake. I'm gonna have my rope at about 65 feet. I'm gonna have the boat speed at about 18.5 miles an hour. And that is gonna allow me to do some one wake ones. I'm not gonna take a big approach. It's gonna be a pretty close approach. nice and easy, making sure that I save my hard edge right before the wake. I load through the bottom of the wake, shifting my weight over the tail, and once again looking up and away so that the right side of my core goes up and away from the boat. When you do a proper back roll like this, I gotta mention that it actually feels like the board is carrying you versus you trying to bring the board around. This is not like a trampoline where you are dragging your body around. When you do a proper flip, that cut creates push into the board. That push creates pull in the rope. You're going to use that to essentially push the board out from underneath you and spin you around, putting your feet up behind you, and you rotate around the rope. Really do your best to look up, like I said, behind your lead ear so that you can see that landing coming. The sooner you see the landing coming, the more likely you are to be riding this away. If you do not see it, it's basically like closing your eyes. You've got to see that landing coming. Continue doing it one wake. Then it's time to go wake to wake. If you want, you can bring your rope even shorter in. You can go into like 55 feet, keep the boat speed pretty slow, 19, maybe 20 miles an hour. You can bring your approach out a little bit wider. You can practice a few wake to wake jumps just to see how much you need to put into it to get across. And it's all the same technique. Keep the handle low, load into the bottom of the wake, shifting your weight over the tail as you initiate the flip, looking up for that landing coming up behind your lead ear. Keep the handle still down at your core, and think about your landing as more of a runway at this point, definitely not that helicopter landing pad. You're not landing on a spot, you're landing in a line. So make sure that you are continuing to ride away from the landing. And if you're as pumped as me when you land your first switch Heelside Backroll, that's awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Questions and comments, put those below. If you guys have ideas, that would be considered a comment. Do that below. Subscribe if you think that you want to see more of these things. You can also hit that alert bell, the notification bell, if you guys want to know when I put new vids out, new edits, new vids, and enjoy your ride. Peace. Peace.